let's go around the Cowboys schedule. Let's break it down game by game.
Let's do it.
All right. First one.
Game 1.
September 8th. Roadie at Cleveland. The Cowboys are a 1-point dog.
Yeah, I mean, look, Cleveland was a playoff team last year.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what Deshaun Watson's going to be yet. We assume they're going to be starting a rookie left tackle across from Myles Garrett. But, man, I don't know. My sense of this one is Cleveland's not as good as they were, as good as their record and their performance last year seemed it was going to be. I'm going to go ahead, and I have no idea what I'm going to come out with on the record for the Cowboys. So I might have said, they're going to be around 500. Maybe I come out with 12 wins, but I'm going to say this is a W for the Dallas Cowboys. They beat the Cleveland Browns.
I think this is a W as well. Now, Peyton, you had said that this is a Browns. The Browns are favored. Interestingly enough,
has it moved already?
Well, at BetMGM, the Browns are a 1.5-point favorite. The consensus in Vegas, though, among all the books offshore and onshore, is that the Cowboys are a 1-point favorite. So there you go. I think the Cowboys win. So let's go. Let's see. Win, loss, 1. Peyton, what do you have?
I have that as a win. I mean, it's a close game, but I have the Cowboys winning this one. If it was in December, I think it'd be a different story. With the weather, you guys talked about it yesterday, but it's going to be 75 and sunny there. Maybe a little rainy. I don't know, but Cowboys win.
Yeah, you don't want to play Burning Kosar in December.
No, you don't. You really don't. Next week, they're playing the Saints at home. It's the home opener. It's a noon start. Cowboys right now open up at 6.5-point favorites.
How much do the Saints feel to you just like one of the most definition of 500 teams in the NFL today?
I think they're they're coupled in with about 8 to 10 teams that feel that way.
Everything about that football team just feels average. Across the board. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say home opener, W. They start 2-0, your Dallas Cowboys. We're off to a great start, Chuck.
Great start. Peyton?
W as well. I'm bummed that's a noon game, but it's a win.
Why? You don't want to be done with the day early? Come on.
But noon games, it's a home opener. I expect that to be 3:25.
Yeah, noon home opener is very, very strange. I can't remember the last time that happened. September 22nd, Ravens in town, 3:25. Cowboys open up as a
3-point dog.
1-point favorite.
Okay. So Vegas doesn't know what they're doing anymore. That's shocking.
Yeah, this is Vegas Insider. They just kind of do a what's it called when you take all of them?
Aggregate.
There you go. It's a tough one. I think this is a loss.
L.
This
is a big L. This is their first real challenge of the season, and I think there are going to be there's still some depth issues along the defense. There are going to be some growing pains there, and while Lamar Jackson is not my favorite quarterback, he's not even a quarterback at all. The way that they can just threaten with speed and some of their open field plays, that's going to be tough. So I think Baltimore wins that game and very well may rush for 500 yards.
Yeah, I think a close loss here. They're at home, but I give it a close loss. Mobile quarterback. Cowboys defense usually struggles with that.
Did you call him a bolt?
Mobile.
I thought he said
you said mobile there. You said
Mabolt.
Like you're calling him you're referring to your quarterback as your bull or
fast
something.
Quarterback.
Thursday, the first Thursday game of the week for the year for the Cowboys is not Thanksgiving. It is week 4 at the Giants. They open up as a 4.5-point favorite.
I hate this.
I think
this. No. I hate this. This just dawned on me, Chop. Thursday, 8:15 Eastern in New York means that charter's going to be landing about 4 in the morning.
Oh yeah, just come right here
for Friday broadcast.
Come here.
Oh, that's going to be a
hopefully we'll be at a firehouse that next morning.
No, that's the end of the month though. We're usually earlier in the month. So, the Giants are a bad football team.
Agree.
This is a W. I don't see anything that tells me that the Giants are ready to compete with the Cowboys. So Cowboys finished the month of September for me 3-1.
Peyton?
Same as well. It's the Giants, automatic win.
All right. They go on the road to start the month of October after a mini 10-day bye week, and they open up as a 1.5-point favorite at Pittsburgh.
Dallas is a better football team. Pittsburgh is one of these teams. Pittsburgh is one of these teams that they're always going to be, at the very least, difficult. Like, I mean, they're not always fun to watch. Their offense can be awful, but Pittsburgh is one of those teams that's always tough to put away, especially in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to say Steelers steal this one.
Oh,
Pittsburgh beats Dallas.
No, I don't see the Steelers as a great football team. I mean, they'll be 9-8.
It's
they always
Mr.
go.
Unlimited.
Exactly. That's why I got the Cowboys winning. I don't see this as a huge difficult game. I think the Cowboys can go in there and win.
Russ ain't beating the Cowboys.
Oh.
I give me the Cowboys in this one. So the Cowboys are 4-1. I got them at 4-1. Peyton has them at 4-1 after 5 weeks. Bobby has them at 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Now the stretch. They are home to Detroit. Cowboys open up as a what in this game?
I mean, it sounds like Vegas doesn't know what they're doing, so 2-point favorite.
Half-point dog.
Okay.
All right. Boy, Detroit is. I looked at Detroit's schedule. They play 8 playoff teams from last year. I think Detroit wins.
I do too. I think this is a loss. And there's zero chance that Dan Campbell forgets how that game ended last year. Detroit wins this one. Dallas, for me, falls to 3-3, 500 heading into the bye week.
Yeah, I'll lean loss. I mean, it's a pick 'em like Vegas is saying.
Tough game.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, you're at home. I don't think the Lions are as good as they were last year. I think they're going to fall back a little bit.
Why?
I just think, I mean, they were. It was a lot of hype last year. You know, they had a lot of things to go their way. A lot of healthy guys. I mean, I think the Packers are a much better team than they were, throughout the season last year. So I think the Packers can win that division. But yeah, I think the Lions are just a little better than the Cowboys.
At San Fran, they have a bye. So they have a bye after the Lions game. They go to San Fran. The Cowboys open up as a 4.5-point dog. I'm surprised it's less than 7. The way San Fran beat them up last year and the matchups they've had over the last couple of seasons. I will take San Fran.
No reason to believe the Cowboys will beat San Francisco until they do. This is a loss.
Bobby has them at 3-4 after 7 weeks. Peyton?
Big L.
Big L.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. They go on the road to face the Falcons. They're a 1-point favorite.
Look, Kirk Cousins, it's a noon game. He shows up in his noon games. But I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I'm not going to be too ridiculous here. This is a Dallas Cowboys victory. We get back to 500, Chop.
I have the Cowboys winning this one as well. Peyton?
I think Michael Penix is your quarterback for the Falcons by the time this game rolls around.
Big Penix energy.
Yep, so I have the Cowboys winning.
Okay, so 5-3. Is that right?
Yep.
5-3 for me, 4-4 for Bobby. Home to Philadelphia. Cowboys a 1.5-point favorite. Dak Prescott doesn't lose home division games. Give me the Cowboys. And give me the Cowboys with I am going to bet every single one of these games. I have an amazing feel on this. I will not have a car payment or a house payment for a year after this NFL season.
It's 1.5, you said? Favorite?
Yes.
Oh, hammer that.
God, hammer it.
This will be the Kellen Moore revenge game. This is an L for the Cowboys.
4-5. Peyton, you have them as a win?
Yeah, easy win.
All right, very good. I agree. Houston, Cowboys are a 3-point favorite over Houston at home, November 18th.
I mean, I think Houston is prepping to be one of the dominant teams in the AFC for the next 5-6 years. Stroud is really, really good. I'm going to take Houston.
Bobby has them at 4-6. I got nothing for Houston. I think Houston is.
Question: if I'm right about this, if they're 4-6 at this point, is somebody fired?
They'll run it out. I mean,
depends on the division, I think.
Yeah, one of the coordinators might be. But maybe they make a change with play caller. I don't know. It depends on how things go. I have the Cowboys win. I think Houston's ripe for they got a first place schedule. It's gonna be a little bit more tough.
Yeah, see, I think the Texans are gonna. They're gonna be really good this year. I think they're gonna win that division, AFC South, over Jacksonville. I have the Texans winning.
Wow, Peyton's at 5-4. Okay, at Washington, November 24th, -2. Cowboys 2.5-point favorite. I got Cowboys.
Dan Quinn revenge game. No, I'm kidding. This is a Cowboys win. I'm not going to be that extreme. All right, Cowboys beat the Commanders here. Mike McCarthy triumphantly smashes some watermelons or something to prep them for the game against Dan Quinn and their former teammates. But this is a Cowboys W.
Divisional game. Dak doesn't lose those. It's going to be. I have them at 5-4 going into that game, so I think it's going to be a must-win at the season. So I have the Cowboys.
Now, remember, Chop, we did point out earlier, you're coming off a short week, Monday Night Football for a noon kick on the road and then turning around and traveling back for short week on Thanksgiving.
We did, but thankfully they're playing garbage teams in the Commanders and the Giants. So I'm going to leave all the doubt. The Cowboys are a 9.5-point favorite on Thanksgiving. It's the biggest point spread of the year. Cowboys minus 9.5. Give me the Cowboys over the Giants all day.
W, because the Giants are a terrible football team, and Brian Dable might be fired by then.
Big win.
Bobby has them pulling back to 500. They are home to Cincinnati in the Fighting Joe Burrows. The over-under is 48.5. Cowboys a 1-point favorite over Cincy.
Loss. I'm looking at big bounce back here for the Bengals and Burrow, and so I think that this is one where Cincinnati comes in here and takes it from you.
I agree. I have them losing this game as well.
I have the Cowboys winning. I question Joe Burrow's health. I don't think he makes it this far in the season, or will not play that game. I question that and health, and leading up to that game and that week, I have the Cowboys winning. It's home game.
All right, so Peyton has them at 9-4. I have them at 9-4 through 13. Bobby has them at 6-7.
Mm-hmm.
Haterade. Carolina on the road. They're a 6.5-point favorite. They go back there for the second straight year. Are we all taking the Cowboys?
We are, but if they are 6-7 going to that game and they lose to Carolina, then people should be fired.
Then heads will roll. Home to Tampa and Baker Mayfield, 4.5-point favorite for the Cowboys on December 22nd.
Tampa was a sneaky decent team last year.
Yeah, they were. They gave Detroit a good game in the playoffs.
Now they did lose Dave Canales, who was a big part of what Baker was doing and his comfort level and everything else. But ultimately, I'm going to believe that Dallas is a better football team than Tampa Bay and shows it.
I agree. Give me Cowboys to win this game to move to 10-4.
Give me Tampa Bay.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. I have the Cowboys at 11-4 at that point.
Oh.
Peyton has them at 10-5. Bobby has them at 8-7.
Mm-hmm.
On the road, December 29th at Philadelphia. This will be the worst weather game of the year for the Cowboys. They are a 2-point dog. I will take Philadelphia to win this game. The Cowboys are going to go 5-1 in the division again, like they always do with Dak Prescott. And I think the Eagles win. So give me the Eagles to win this one. Cowboys are now 11-5 on the year.
Cold, outdoor, bad weather games late in the season for the Cowboys historically have not been good. Give me a Philadelphia victory here. Cowboys get 8-8.
They always split with Philly. You win at home, you lose on the road. I think they lose it in Philly here.
And then finally, the Commanders to end the season. The Cowboys are 5.5-point favorites. I will take the Cowboys, and their record is, for the fourth straight year, 12-5.
Cowboys go to this one 8-8, potentially eliminated for playoff contention at that point, or they may be in wild card. Mike McCarthy ends his Cowboys career with a big W, and finishes at 9-8, and rides off into the sunset triumphant with them putting him on his shoulders, much like the Bears did with Mike Ditka and Buddy Ryan after the Super Bowl. So as it stands now, because of many depth issues and a difficult schedule, I have the Cowboys going 9-8.
Cowboys win this one, and this will be for the division title.
Like the Commanders?
No. Like the Cowboys will win, and then they'll win the division.
I was like, what are you picking?
I got 12-5. I don't know if that wins them the division or not, but nobody repeats this division. We know that.
I love the fan text, which is consistently coming on here telling us we homer it up, and then also telling us, like, is there a reason why you always go to the worst possible outcomes and everything else? So I like it. So we get called both sides. It means we're playing both sides in the middle. 214 says 8-9. 469 says 5-12 for the Cowboys. 214 7-10. We get 13-4 from the 801. What other picks do we have here? 13-4 from the 214. 817 says 12-5. 817, Bobby's trolling so hard. Secretly has a fridge magnet schedule at home that has them 13-4.
There you go.
I mean, look, I troll a lot. We all know that. You in these conversations we have on and off the air, when we talk about the Cowboys,
Bobby's pretty consistent.
I'm not bullish on this team this year.
Right.
I have massive concerns about their depth and the culture that's in place there right now with everybody on 1-year deals. So,
for the 817, how does Chavi feel good about this team? Does he have eyes? Look, I follow the sport very, 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 very simply. Who's the better quarterback? If the Cowboys and they have a top 8 quarterback in the NFL. Top 8 quarterbacks generally are going to win 11 games every year, regardless of who their teammates are. This is generally how it's going to work. So I just kind of bet on that way. And if you go down the list and you look at it, and if you were to just pick the games based on if they have a quarterback advantage or not, they have a quarterback advantage in, like, they have a quarterback advantage in more games than they're gonna actually lose, right?
Yeah,
you could argue they have a quarterback advantage against Baltimore. I don't, Lamar, they don't. Lamar's got 2 MVPs. Bobby would say they have a quarterback advantage. I disagree. That's why I threw the Ravens. Do they have one against Detroit? I think Goff and Dak are pretty equal. If you want to say Goff's better, Dak's better, I'm not going to fight you on that one. San Francisco, I think Dak is better than Brock Purdy as a career, obviously, even though Purdy's been to a Super Bowl. But I'm going to take San Francisco because I think Brock plays better within that system. If you just go down the list, they win the games where they have a quarterback advantage and they lose the games where they don't. It's that simple. That's why they're a 12-win team every year.
It's a fair way to look at it. I do think that we also talk about football being a war of attrition. Cowboys' depth has been decimated by free agency this year, and they weren't able to do a lot to be able to replenish that.